I'm gonna break them all down in this video. That way you can make a good investment and have a safety net on your investment property in the event that you lose your job and cannot make the mortgage payment anymore. Let's jump into it. Step number one is speak to the lender and ask about all your loan options. You want to see what option will give you the lowest mortgage payment for the property. Sometimes it's putting 20% down, or sometimes it's raising your credit to a certain number to get you a better interest rate, or you can pay down some points on the interest rate to lower your monthly mortgage payment. At number two is buying in the correct area. I recommend buying in any upcoming area. You don't want to buy the newest property in the neighborhood or the oldest property. If this is going to be a long-term property for you, I would recommend buying no older than 1990. Typically, these properties already come with a tiled roof, and the life expectancy of a tiled roof here in Las Vegas is 50 years. This will ensure that the maintenance on the home is going to be very minimal, that you're not going to have any issues with the roof, the plumbing, anything that has to do with the structure, the windows, right? You're going to have very minimal maintenance, and that's what you want when buying a property. The number three tip that I have for you is buy at least a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. This is typically what will increase in value the fastest and will give you the highest rental income possible. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, you can fit a small family in there. It'll rent very quickly versus a 2-bedroom, 1-bath property. And number four, and one of the most important things to consider, is to make sure that in the area that you're gonna buy, that you can rent out that property for more than what your mortgage payment is. Because if anything goes wrong, you lose your job, something horrible happens, and you can't make the payment, you can always rent it out and use it as an investment property to cash flow every single month. You gotta make sure that the rental income that you get from the property is gonna cover your mortgage payment and give you an extra $100 to $200 every month in profits. In other words, cash flow. That way you have some cash in case you have to do any maintenance on the property, which most likely you will after a few years. It's very typical for water heater to go out or a sink to start leaking, a valve. So little things like that are gonna add up. So you wanna make sure that you can cash flow at least $100 to $200 every month if you do plan on renting it out. When I first bought my first investment property, I bought it in 2010. I was 21 years old, and I knew that I can afford it because I knew that I could rent it out for more than what my mortgage was. So that was the main thing that I was considering when buying this property. I still have the property. It's been 11 years and I've been cash flowing every single month. So it's been one of the best investments I've ever made. And I wanna make sure you guys understand the power of investing in real estate over time. Over time, the property appreciates and it goes up in value, which then gives you access to all that equity if you ever wanna pull that money out or sell the property. And it just gives you endless options. Instead of just relying on the income of your job, you have a property that's appreciating every year, going up in value, and giving you some cash flow every month. I actually made a video on that first investment property that I bought back in 2010 while I was still living at my parents' house. I ended up renting it out and creating passive income for myself. And in that video, I break down the cash flow and how much I've been able to generate ever since then. So take some time and check it out. I'll add it here to my playlist. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.